everybody, and welcome to another video. Old World has launched, and with that we now know what the next faction is going to be. And this article has literally just killed a video I was working on. So yes, brilliant. Anyway, we'll jump in it. So the Orcs are going to be the next faction released, and it isn't being released like we thought it would. So the Orcs are coming, and it's a good classic green skin army, and there's a lot of information in this article, and it shows a lot of what is coming, and it's kind of surprising as well as interesting. So first things first, there is no launch box, in the sense of there's no launch box like the Tomb Kings and the Bretonnians. What we're getting is an Orcs and Goblins Battalion Box. So basically, this is going to consist of a block of Orc boys, some Goblins, some Archers, and 2 Chariots. An entirely plastic box, which is kind of good. Hopefully that will reduce the price, and I'm hoping that the Tomb Kings and the Bretonnians get similar boxes to these, rather than the very big, expensive launch boxes that we got. I kind of like this idea a lot. Now, there are no sort of heroes or anything in this box. It's literally an old style battalion box, which is kind of cool, I think. I'm a little bit sad that there's no launch box. I was making a video on the sort of speculating what centerpiece models the other factions could be getting, and obviously this article has literally killed that in the water, because there is no real centerpiece models. There are new models, but not what I expected, to be completely honest. So anyway, the battalion box, really good, really like it. Looking forward to seeing what the other battalion boxes look like for the other races. But yeah, really cool to see the Orcs get theirs, which obviously is a little bit interesting, because everyone expected it to be dwarfs, and it's not. It's Orcs and Goblins. So obviously, as you can expect, there is going to be a Orcs and Goblins Arcane Journal. Every faction is going to get one of these. Does it say what we got? We've got 2 armies of infamy, the Nomadic War and the Troll Horde. The green fistful of extra rules to use in your armies, including magic items, spells, and units like the Troll Hag. That's right, the Troll Hag is coming. So it does say here, it's important to note that the Orcs and Goblins Tribes Battalion just contains miniatures. There are no rulebooks, dice, reference sheets, or other accessories found in the previous boxes. You'll find the roster of your budding war in the Ravening Horde's book. I'm liking that. I am liking that. And on top of that, obviously, there's going to be decks of cards and dice while the stock is available. I don't like that, but sure. So we have new models. New models are good. This is the new resin. This is the new resin Black Orc Warboss. At first, when I first seen this, I was like, oh my lord, they've remade Grimgor Ironhide. And then it kind of realized that Grimgor Ironhide probably isn't around at this time. But this is a really nice, classic looking Orc Mega Boss. Really like it. I'm probably going to have to pick this guy up to paint myself, because this is a really cool looking miniature. I'm liking this one a lot. And the shaman is pretty cool as well. I'm liking this. I'm loving the little goblin and his pot. really cool. So yeah, that looks like a river troll has been skinned to be worn as a hat. Very interesting. But yeah, really nice. And obviously we have returning plastic models. These were mainstay models back in the day, and it's really good to see. So we've got the Orc boss on foot, and you can also have the boar boy and turn it into a banner bearer, which is really good to see that model come back. Obviously, the classic Orc boys, little squat down Orc boys, and the very weird hats. They're really cool to see them coming back. And obviously, you get these in the battalion. Obviously, the arrow boys, and you can have these guys with dual wielding. The boar boys, yes, good old classic boar boys. The chariots, which are in the battalion, and the Ard Boys, or the Black Orcs, but we all know about these guys because this literally used to be a mainstay unit in Age of Sigmar for the Iron Jaws army. They've just now come back to what they originally were, which was Black Orcs. So it's really good that they're also back. So, yep, really impressed. So returning resins. Now, I remember these. These were classics. So this is really nice that some of the old school resins are coming back. These are old models. And this shaman, and yeah, they're really cool. Hopefully these will be around for quite a while. And this is basically what killed my my video. Not the Hag Queen. Now, she was a Forge World miniature, then she disappeared, but it's good to see her that she's back. That's kind of nice. But it was this miniature here, the War Boss on a Wyvern. I honestly expected this to get a plastic update. I honestly was expecting this model to be redone in plastic, as being the new centerpiece model for the Orcs and Goblins. Obviously it isn't. It's coming back. It's good that it's in resin, because I remember having this in metal and it was an absolute nightmare to build, because the body is in like a couple of parts, and then the legs, and then the head is in 2 parts, and then the wings, which were really big heavy metal wings, had to sort of come on. It just, yeah, it was so horrible. And I used to hate picking up because it weighed a ton. But it's coming in resin, which is really, really good. It's a classic, so it's good to see. Obviously, that's not all. We have some returning metal models, which is a bit of a shame that we've got these in metal. I'd have preferred that lobber to be in resin, because again, that's a bit of a ball ache to build, and it's not going to be fun to build that model at all. But the actual characters coming back in metal are pretty cool, and we've got a list of also returning metal models. So we've got the Goblin Boss, the Goblin Wolf Rider bosses, the Goblin Bolt Thrower, the Doom Diver Catapults, classic mainstay, Goblin Wolf Chariots, Orc Shamans, Biggins Command, Snotlin Pub Wagon, woohoo! Common Trolls, and Classic Ogres. Now, on to the Trolls and the River Trolls. Now, they're obviously going to be doing a made-to-order. There's the Marauder Giant, which is, if anybody remembers it, it was like the really big, massive giant that Forge World did. That's obviously coming back as made-to-order. The classic Stone Trolls, River Trolls, and a Black Orc Big Boss with Axe and a Shield. Now, when it comes to the Stone Trolls and the River Trolls, they're currently on plastic models. Now, they're obviously going to be a lot cheaper to buy in plastic and stick on 50mm bases. So, you know, that's what I would do. I would probably, if you're going to be an Orcs and Goblins collector, definitely get yourself the Black Orc Big Boss with the Axe and the Shield, because yes, it's going to be in metal and it's made of water, but it's nice to get an old school miniature like that. So that's if I was going to be doing Orcs and Goblins, that's definitely what I would be doing. So it's been a real treat coming up with the made-to-order plan for Warhammer The Old World, explains design lead Rob. We've been poring over the catalogues, digging out product codes, and poking around dusty old rooms, finding mastered castings, greens, and such that have been long buried. Most of these products have been archived in a manner that suits products that would have never resurfaced on our web store again. And metal products are absolutely something that we will still make, and they are limited in number, but they are limited in number compared to the early 2000s, when many of the old world kits were new. The mold room guys have been absolutely incredible. All of these kits needed brand new molds made by the small team, and all of them were artisans in their craft. It's only through Kino's passions and that the craft of so many of these miniatures have been able to resurface, and many of them will be considered, many of them were considered damaged beyond repair. But working closely over the several months, we managed to bring these products back to the market, and it's a real honour to do so. It's enough to start a proper war and have those puny tin can ooms and fancy skellies quaking in their boots, and we'll have information on when this Emerald Avalanche will hit the pre-orders in the future. If you haven't yet been lucky enough to grab hold of the launch box, don't worry, more stock is on the way. which is good to know that there is more stock on the way. But, you know, it's nice to see that the Orcs and Goblins are getting some much needed love. And there's a lot of stuff there. Now, I think for me, the highlight is definitely the Battalion Box, which is really, really good. But that is all for this video. More old world content will be coming. If I can actually get hold of any of the new resins, there will be a video coming up into the members area for that. I'm still trying to get one. I'm waiting for GW to email me back to tell me they're in stock. But Old World is here. It's officially out in the wild. It's launched. You can now play it if you can get hold of it. My local store didn't get any books whatsoever. They were just got a handful of the starter boxes, which my friend has got hold of his Tomb Kings. So we do have a rulebook. We both have armies, but I don't have an army list. And nor does he. So yeah, it's going to be a very slow going to get into this, but hey ho, it is what it is. You might as well just smile and enjoy. Old World is back. It is on the shelves in some form of capacity, and the Orcs and Goblins are going to be next. So let's see what's going to be the next one. I'm personally thinking it's going to be the Dwarves. If you agree or disagree, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to subscribe to my channel, it would be absolutely amazing. 75% of my viewers haven't yet subscribed, so it would really be good if you could, and I could achieve my goal of 3,500 subscribers by the end of the year. Would be absolutely amazeballs. And if you want to support me in other ways, I have a members area and a Patreon, which there are links in the video below if you want to check that out. But thanks very much, everybody, and I'll catch you in the next video. Goodbye for now.